G'day everyone, Buck up in a beautiful far north Queensland at the moment. Have a look at the view out the back, hope it's not too bright for you. We are down about half hour from home at a place called Cowley Beach. Roz is over here and Rafa's just under the camera. And I said, come on, let's go down the beach and do a cook up. It's pretty windy, so this is going to be a 240 volt cook up today. I wouldn't normally do this, everyone. This isn't how I normally cook, you know that. But what I want to do is put this little Bluetti Elite 100 to the test. So I'm going to be running heaps of 240 volt stuff off it. I've already got, on the DC side, I've already got Starlink hooked up. I wanted to run Starlink off it, and I've got my mobile phone charging off it. So I've got the DC side activated at the moment with Starlink Mini and my phone charging off there okay. So, but the cook ups today, what we're going to do is some chicken kiebs in the air fryer. We're going to do some rice on the induction cooker, and then we're going to wash it down with a cup of tea. Normally I do it with a gas stove of some sort, but you know what gas is like, trying to cook on gas down at the beach or on fire down at the beach when it's windy. That's why I'm doing it 240. So, little story. Many years ago, went to a Drifter Fans camping event down at Gloucester. Couple of big days driving down there. We got in late afternoon. By the time we set up camp, it was time to eat. It was dark. I tried to fire the little butane stove up. Freezing cold, the butane stove froze up. It wouldn't work. We had to rely on Tofty to get some charcoal going for us so I could sizzle a couple of steaks. This little thing here, if it works today, I'm pretty sure it will. This is a great way if you just want to got some little 240 volt appliances and you want to go down and do a little cook up on the beach, use an induction, which as we know the wind doesn't affect that. That's what I'm doing today. So we're going to do a 240 volt cook up. I'm going to stop gibbering. I'm going to get the induction cooker out. I'm going to get the rice on, and then once the rice is done, we'll get the chicken kiebs on in the air fryer, eh? All 240 volts. We'll see how this little Bluetti Elite 100 handles it, eh? See if we can get through the whole cook up. If not, I do not have a plan B. Righto, so I've got the rice here, about 2 cups of rice. Going to do it in my little camp oven on the induction stove. I've got a little Terry G rice cooker, everyone. I could have bought the rice cooker and done it on a 240 volt rice cooker, which was another option, but anyway, I'm going to do it this way. 2 cups of rice in, and I'm not even going to rinse the rice. I'm just going to throw some water in, up to the first knuckle. You know the old one knuckle method, everyone. In she goes. Cover your rice. Make sure your rice is flat. Yeah. First knuckle, everyone. 1 knuckle method. There we go. Lid on. What I'm going to do is bring this to the boil, and then when it comes to the boil, turn it down to a simmer and see how we go there. So, righto, let's get this induction cooker hooked up. So I'm going to plug it in. What I'm going to do, the AC. So I've already turned the DC side on, and I've got Starlink and my phone charging off the DC side of 12 volts. Now I've turned the AC on, and I've just had a beep at the induction cooker. So let's go over and crank this thing up. Righto, so that induction cooker's on 1200, and I'm pulling 1600 on the Bluetti there, everyone. So it's actually more than 1200. It's got an 1800 watt inverter in it. Rightio. It's coming down now. No, it's still 1600 on the Bluetti, 1200 on this. Anyway, it's powering it up. So 1200 there on the induction cooker. The Bluetti's 1675, so the induction cooker's pulling more power than what it's saying. That's literally been 2 minutes and the water's boiling already. So I'm going to go mode. I'm going to go to barbecue, and I'm going to go down here 16. .300's as low as it goes. Lid on. So one thing to be aware of with the induction cookers, I've got that on a low setting, 300 watts. It doesn't just pull 300 watts continuously. What it does, it goes right down and then it fires up again. So it doesn't just sit on 300 watts, it goes down to like 50 watts and then it arcs up again and it pulls 1400 watts. So anyway, the rice is simmering away there, which is good. I'm going to leave the lid on, let that rice absorb all the water. So yeah, the induction cookers, don't think they just pull a constant 300 when they're sitting on 300. They don't, they surge, everyone. This thing's got an 1800 watt inverter in it. It surged up to 1600 watts, and this little Bluetti did it. Nothing's cut out or anything. Will I have enough power in this to cook the rice and then cook the chicken Kievs in the air fryer? Time will tell. That's why I'm doing this, to see what it can do, everyone. If I've got power left over, I might wash it down, put the electric jug on. This is an experiment. I don't know if it'll do it or not. It is going down pretty quick. Remember, this stuff here pulls a lot of current, doesn't it? So, but anyway, if it works, it's going to be fantastic. See you soon. It's a good little spot, this. Set the hammock up in amongst some coconut trees. Right, wrapper over there. Down to 80% already, guys, but the rice isn't far off. The rice is going all right. As I said, mobile phone charging. We've got reception here, but I just brought Starlink Mini anyway, just to use it and just to use some more power, just to show you that it can power the Starlink Mini. So I've just put it in a PVC pipe there and got it facing south. What a view, eh? Thursday, this is the good thing about retirement, everyone. You come out on a weekday and there is nobody. Bernard Islands, the Navy's out off the shore there, they're doing some big exercises. The Navy ships were in here doing amphibious training the other day. Cowley Beach, and down there is Mission Beach. This is a top little spot on a nice day, it really is. South Bernard Islands. My neighbour's out fishing over there somewhere at the moment. I said, come past Cowley Beach and give us a wave. North Bernards, Starlink Mini. Righto, rice is done. Took about 10 minutes or so, didn't take long on that induction cooker. Would have liked to have done it a little bit slower. On gas you can just simmer it a lot slower. I think the induction cookers are a bit hot and cooks the rice a bit quicker than I'd like, guys, but anyway, it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of induction. I know a lot of people are these days, but anyway, next thing, a couple of nice chicken Kievs from the local butcher. Got them yesterday. Spray oil, nice big chicken Kiev in the air fryer. One there. I've got some Disso wipes over there, guys, to clean my hands. Some of the crumbs coming off this one. That's what happens when you wrap it in bloody plastic. One there. Some more spray over the top. Rightio. I'm going to wash my hands and then come back and plug everything in. Oh, here. That on. Plug him in. What do we got left? 71. So we use 29% to cook the rice and Starlink and charging my phone up, which is still charging up. So here we go. Here we go. Turn him on. 180 degrees, yeah. 15 minutes. 180. We're away. Oh. So away 15 minutes. I'll give it 15 minutes. Usually 15 minutes can do chicken Kiev, so we'll see how we go. And she's pulling 1357. 1357 watts is the output. I've got no input going in, guys, so normally if I had this out camping, I would have solar panels hooked up to it 24/7, well, during the day. My solar panels, I'm running no power into it at all. This is just started at 100. Let's see what it finishes with. Pulling 1340, it's settled down. I've got it on 180 degrees, the air fryer. She's pulling 1339 down to 69%. I can go without a brew, but if these things don't cook, Roz is going to kill me. So as long as these chicken Kievs get cooked, that's the main thing. We can have lunch. if there's power left over, yeah, I'll make a cup of tea with the 240 volt jug there. We'll see how we go. We'll come back soon. Had 70% to play with. I reckon we'll make it. Down to 68, it draws at 8. These big heavy items off 12 volt, these things, doing your 12 volt stuff, you'll get a lot of time out of them. As soon as you start putting on air fryers and all this electrical stuff, high current draw stuff, this is only a small power pack, guys. 1024 watt hours, 1 kilowatt hour. So anyway, this is all an experiment, eh? If it does it, I know I can do it again if I need to. I know that if I need to cook on induction to get a steak cooked because it's too windy and I can't use my little gas stove, then I know this thing can do it. I know I can cook on the induction stove now because I've just cooked the rice there, okay? So we'll come back when the chicken calves 15 minutes is up and we'll see how the power's going. Roz was just saying that 12 volt air fryer's out now. So yeah, that'd be interesting to get a 12 volt air fryer, same size as this one, and just see what the power difference is. I think Phil's Camping Reviews, Phil the Maniac's done a thing on that, I think, and maybe Rob Richmond as well. I must go back and have a look and see what the power consumption difference is. Maybe a 12 volt air fryer is the way to go over, hook it into the 12 volts there. That might be an option as well. Anyway, I'm here there. I think I can hear sizzling going on in there, all the garlic butter. So 15 minutes just clicked. I just checked the calves. I reckon they could go a little bit more. Don't know if I normally cook them on 180 or 200, but anyway, I've given them another 5 minutes. It was down to 41, just clocked over 40. So I've got 40% left. The calves are nearly done. I'm going to give them another 5 minutes. Cut into one, make sure the chicken's cooked properly. And down to 39. So, yeah, it's going to do it. We're going to eat, that's the main thing, and I still reckon we might have enough left for a cup of tea afterwards, which will be pretty impressive considering the amount of current I'm drawing out of this little thing. I'm sucking the guts out of it using this high draw equipment, okay? 1332, 1332, so it's 1024 watt hours, I think it is, 124. So if you're sucking 1300 out, you're going to get less than an hour. But the good thing about the induction cooker in this is you don't have to cook for hours on it, do you? I've just done 15, so it's going to be 20 minutes for the calves. Hopefully they'll be cooked inside. 4 minutes to go. 37%. We're going to eat, that's the main thing. Righto. Pretty sure the calves will be done, guys, so they look nice and brown on the outside. So I'm going to serve Roz's up first. Going to put the calves on a bed of rice. Rice didn't come out too bad. Cooked a little bit quicker than I'd normally do it on gas, but anyway. Make sure it's bloody... No, that's fine. Bit of rice there. Doesn't take long for things to go cold here in the wing, so I'm going to grab a calf out. There they are there, guys. Nice chicken. Oh, the garlic's coming out. I'll put one over here on that one. I'm going to pour the garlic butter out for Roz over her chicken. Oh, look at that garlic butter. Rightio. Back in there. Get a bit of rice on mine. I'll turn the inverter off for now, guys, until I'm ready to put the electric jug on, eh? So that's off, beauty. The inverter doesn't draw a lot of power. It does draw some out of the battery. So if you don't need the 240, turn your inverter off, everyone. Righto, Rozzy, taste test time. Pretty sure that chicken will be cooked through. I'll come back, I'll do the taste test for you. A bit of salt. Oh, These Coles bloody grinders are good. Nice black pepper. Righto. Bit of rice. A little bit burnt on the bottom of the rice because look, I much prefer to do rice with gas. You can control your heat better with gas, but down here you can't control your gas flame down here. It just gets blown away. So, bit of Kiev, garlic butter, bit of rice. Someone's hovering down there. 20 minutes in the air fryer on 180. Raw said come up nice and juicy. Nothing wrong with that. Wow. That's real chicken too. You get some of those Kievs and that from Coles, the pre-made ones. It's like a processed chicken. They're bloody nice. They'll cook a lot quicker in there, but that was just proper chicken breast. That's why it took 20 minutes to cook through. So if you get those other little ones that are from Coles and Woolies that are pre-made, the packs of 4 or whatever, they will cook a lot quicker. Anyway, sit back with Roz, finish our lunch. I've got 31% left. We're going to boil the jug, have a nice cup of tea to wash this down. You beauty. Rightio, so I'm not sure about this, everyone. This got a 1800 watt inverter in it. It can surge to 3600 watts. Surge doesn't mean it can stay there, I don't think. So I've got the jug here. I just checked the plate on the bottom, so everything that runs on 240 should have how many watts it draws. This is 1850 to 2200. This may not do it, but I'm about to find out. It might blow it up, I don't know. Will it? I've got 5 cups of water in there for a cup of tea for me and Roz. Maybe we won't have this cup of tea. It did the induction cooker and it did the air fryer. Maybe it won't do the electric jug, I don't know. Maybe there are electric jugs around that don't pull as much, a smaller type one, but anyway, we're going to find out, everyone. So I've got 30% of battery left to play with, so I've got enough battery left. Will the inverter do this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try. The inverter's on. Plug it in. And let's see how we go. 2060. It's starting up, but it's pulling over 1800. So it's surging. I'm tipping it might surge, and then after a while it's going to go, no, you're constantly drawing too much power, and then it might shut off. So that jug pulls a lot more power than I thought it would. I thought 1800 would be enough for it. Yeah. So it's surging. We know it can go over the 1800 because it's got a surge thing in there, so, but will it last long enough to boil 5 cups of water? 27%. Keep going, keep going. This is a good test for it, isn't it? That's why I'm doing this, to know, you've got to know your equipment's limits. 2033. So that 1800 watt inverter, it's keeping up with the jug at the moment. Watts are going down to just over 2000 watts. It's pulling 2007. If I see smoke coming out of this, I'm going to run. Jug's still boiling. 24%. Gonna cut it fine, but we might do it. I'm not worried about the battery percentage. The battery percentage should get us through. I was worried about the constant draw of 2,000 watts. If I come back and I'm pouring a cup of tea, you know we got through, guys. Come on. Just as I turn the camera off, the jug, it shut down. So it's gone, nah, I can't keep up over 2,000 watts for that long. How are you, mate? So there you go. It's only got an 1800 watt inverter. It got that. That water's warm. See if I can start it up again. No. No, not going to do it.
Phone's still charged.
Yep. Yeah. Still working, phone's still charging and that, so we're not going to have a cup of tea, everyone. That jug pulls too much for this, okay? It's an 1800 watt inverter. The jug was pulling over 2,000 watts. It got the water warm, probably warm enough to rinse my plates off, Roz, but not warm enough for a brew. We didn't get it to the boil, so there you go. It's got its limits, hasn't it? Still going. Nothing's blowing up on it. It just, the inverter just, it cut out. It said, no, I can't do that. I can't keep this up. So it did surge, but after a certain amount of time, probably a couple of minutes, it said, no, I can't keep this up, and it's cut down. So, but I've still got 36 watts coming out of this because I've got my phone charging and we've got Starlink Mini still going. So anyway, we ate rice, we ate chicken Kiev. Wasn't too bad, Roz, eh? But we're not having a cup of tea. Maybe there's a smaller jug out there, and that's what you've got to do, everyone. If you're going to run, you've got to know what your equipment draws. This here, 220 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, whatever that means, 1850 to 2200 watts. As soon as I read that, I thought, uh-oh, this is going to be too big for that, and it was. But hey, it started it up, and the surge capacity, it will surge up to 3600, so, but it can't maintain it. I've said that a million times, but I think it's important for you to know that. Anyway, I'm not overly disappointed with that. They clearly state it's got an 1800 watt inverter, and I'm asking it to use an item that's rated well over 1800 watts. So if you want to run electric jugs and all that, guys, you'll need to go to the bigger model. Okay, Bluetti's got models out there that will cover that. This is a little camping one, and I'm not normally going to run 240 volts off this thing. This is so I can run Starlink, charge my phones, charge my camera, charge my head torches and all that. I'm mainly going to use this with 12 volt. So I just wanted to see what it can do using 240, and I'll tell you what, for a little bit of kit like this, to run an air fryer and an induction cooker and still have 30% of power left. Maybe there's a smaller jug around. I'll have to have a look, but normally I just bloody use gas or something like that, or use the jet boil. So it's not a big deal. That's what I could do, Roz. Grab the jet boil. We are going to have a cup of tea, everyone. I just thought I'm going to go down to the BT50 and grab the jet boil out, and we'll have a cup of tea after all, because I really feel like a cup of tea, Roz. But not overly disappointed, everyone. I'm not disappointed. I'm pretty impressed with what this little thing did. Right, jet boil time. Jet boil to the rescue. Roz only wants a halfer. Having a Yorkshire tea. Speaking of Yorkshire, my old mate Dave the Diddly Donk from Yorkshire, it's his 60th birthday around the time that you're seeing this clip, guys, so give Dave a happy 60th. Good mate of mine, Dave. Spent years with him working there, and yeah, he's about 15 days or 15 or 20 days behind my 60th, so I always tell him, respect your elders. A little bit of milk. Throw a bit of milk in the tea. Toodaloo. Righto. Going to sit back now. Sit back with a cup of tea and take in the view. I love this time of year up here, It's magnificent, it really is. Rightio. Oh yeah. Well, there you go, everyone. We're finished our cup of tea, and I'm just going to start tinkering around and packing stuff up. I've made a mess. Tell you what, we've got the buggy over there. This the amount of stuff I've brought out, it would have been easy just to bring the butane burner, but anyway, too windy for that. We're sitting on, and I've still got 12 volt running on this, everyone. I've turned the AC side off, the inverter's off. My phone is fully charged. It was on 1% when I got here. Phone's fully charged now. Starlink's still running over there, about to go and pack up Starlink Mini. We didn't need to bring that, I just wanted to bring it and run it off there to show you that it will run Starlink Mini off the 100 watt USB-C here, okay? There's a 140 there as well. It doesn't pull anywhere near 100 watts, but they say Starlink Mini needs 100 watts to start up. Then it's only pulling like 23 watts at the moment, my phone and Starlink Mini. So running off DC, this thing will last for ages. As I said, I sucked the guts out of it using big 240 appliances, and it got me through. I've still got 21% left. Cooked a couple of chicken Kievs, boiled the rice on an induction cooker, and that jug was warm enough to wash up with, but not hot enough for a brew. So it kind of half boiled 5 cups of water in a bloody 240 volt jug too. So, but that was too many watts for the 1800 watt inverter, as you saw. But anyway, pretty impressive little bit of kit, isn't it? What I'm going to do now, we're going to pack up. I'll see you back in the shed at home, because I'm going to get home with about 20% battery left, and I'm going to charge it up using the Bluetti Charger 1 in my shed, pumping 560 watts in, and we'll see how long it takes to charge it back up. But anyway, what a beautiful little afternoon this was. Good to get out of the house, come and get some fresh air, go down the beach, have a cook up. That's what it's all about, eh? See you back at home. Righto, everyone. Back home now to do the washing up and all that, but before I do that, I'm going to throw this thing on charge and see how long it takes to charge up. A couple of different ways of charging it up at home. I can throw it straight into 240 volts and get up to 600 watts going into that from 240 volts, or I can put it on turbo mode and get 1200 watts going in there. Best to just keep it on the normal mode, but I'm not going to charge it up using 240. So at the moment, I've got my cable here, which I've put an Anderson plug on, everyone. So I'll put the little XT60 connector in there, and I'm going to, yep, that's the solar panels there. I've got the 200 watt King solar panels out at the moment. Arc's the thing, I haven't turned it on. As soon as you put any power into it, it just automatically comes on. So we'll see how much input goes in there. Wait for the solar to kick in. Here we go. 140, 141. So 200 watt solar panels out. Starting to get the afternoon sun. Might be a bit of a cloud in the way. There is some clouds out there. So getting 152 watts in there out of the solar panels at the moment, which isn't too bad. If I charge that off a 12 volt thing, I'd probably only get 100 watts. At the moment, not ideal conditions. I'm getting a bit of western sun on there, but I'm getting 156 watts in there out of the solar panels, which isn't too bad. So what I'm going to do now, the best way I reckon, is using the Bluetti Charger 1 up here, everyone. This is amazing, this bit of kit. It really is. So I'm going to undo the solar panels from there, and what I'm going to do is using my home power bank here, straight off my lithium batteries, I'm going to plug my Bluetti in to my 12 volt batteries. I've got 840 amps of battery sitting there, hooked up in parallel, 12 volts. Green lights on the charger one. And what I do with the solar panel cable here that I have my solar panels in, I now plug this into the other end of the Bluetti charger one. Just heard a bit of a click there, and we'll wait and see how many watts I get out of the charger one. Can put up to 56 on the charger one, 56 volts, and this will take up to 60 volts. So I can keep the charger one on full setting, guys, and get the maximum watts out of it. There you go. 552 watts going in there at the moment out of the charger one. So it is now, we'll say 2:59, 3 o'clock. We're on 21%. Let's see, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll come back to you when it's 100%, let you know how long it's taken charging off the Bluetti charger one there, okay? For anyone who hasn't seen it, guys, I was given this little Elite 100 by Bluetti, but I did purchase the charger one, okay, to use in conjunction with my home setup here. So 21%. This little thing, it did the cook up down at the beach. I'm not going to be running 240 off it much, guys, at all. It's mainly, I use 12 volt when I'm out camping. I just wanted to see what it could do. But I'll tell you what, it did pretty well, didn't it? It really did. The little Elite 100, it got me rice cooked, and it got the chicken Kievs cooked, and it almost, and if that jug wasn't over 1800 watts, I had enough battery power to boil the water. So if you're going to run an electric jug off it, it has to be under 1800 watts if there's one out there, okay? I had the one out of the kitchen, too much power for it. It tried hard, didn't quite get there. Still had 20% of battery when I got home. 562, so 560 watts comes out of this charger one. 562 watts going in there. It's almost as much as if I had it on normal 240 volt charge. So there you go. She's already up to 20. Bluetti charger one, the fan's starting to wind up now. I'm going to come back when this is 100% and let you know how long it took, okay? 4:28, everyone. I went in, had a little lie down, and I must have fallen asleep. So this thing's 100% in less than an hour and a half using the Bluetti charger one. So there you go, had about 80% to put back in, and it's done it in less than an hour and a half, which is pretty impressive, isn't it? That's a good bit of kit, that charger one. I know Rob Richmond and Steve Fuller have got one in their vehicles, guys, to charge up. That'll go out camping with me for sure. For when I'm driving, I can use that in the vehicle. And this little thing here, I was pretty impressed with what it did today. When I go camping, I'm not going to be running 240 volts off it, everyone. I'm going to be using it for 12 volts. Starlink Mini, charging all my 12 volt stuff up and that, okay? Running some lights at night or whatever, so some strip lights and all that type of stuff. That thing's going to do the job for me. Perfect size for camping. It's small, compact, lightweight. Move it around, carry it one hand. I put it through its paces today, and I'll tell you what, if that jug wasn't over the watts, you know, it was a 2200 watt jug, it almost boiled it, guys. It almost did it. So battery capacity wise, today, I cooked the rice using an induction cooker, chicken Kievs on an air fryer, and if the jug wasn't so many watts, it would have boiled that water easy, and I would have had 20 something percent left in the battery. So pretty impressive. There you go, the Bluetti Elite one. Good little bit of kit. I know it's going to be fantastic out camping because I'm only going to be running 12 volts. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the cook up today. It wasn't a bad one. It was good to get out of the shed, go down a beautiful day down at the beach down there at Cowley Beach, get some fresh air, go down with Roz and Rafa. What a great way to spend the afternoon. Catch you later. Put a comment down, please. Let me know what you think. But yeah, pretty impressed with this little unit. Catch you later, eh? Bye.